us.
Good morning to all.
It
is immense pleasure to conduct inaugural function through Zoom app. Normally we inaugurate by lighting of Kuthuvilakku, but now we inaugurate the join button and clicking YouTube link. Every we make an annual plan for the department activity and move on accordingly. For this year also, we have such plan, but we do not know how far we can follow it. It is pleasure to share that the common stream ranked 73rd by All India Today All India Survey because of the support provided by the management, principal, faculty, and students. I thank the correspondent for providing permission to conduct this program, and I welcome our beloved principal sir and the resource person Dr. M. Revathi BALA, Associate Professor and Head, Commerce, Kungunad Arts and Science College, Coimbatore. Welcome you, madam. Madam will deliberate her views on the topic Global Business Outlook during COVID-19. I welcome all our faculty members and students to this session. I welcome you all.
Thank you, HOD sir, for your words of welcome. He has been a key of wisdom and knowledge to everyone in our college. He has been our leader and supporter who has encouraged us to undertake any challenge. He is our respected principal, sir, Dr. N. Raman. I take great pleasure and honor to inviting him to felicitate this occasion with his enduring words.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. I extend a cordial welcome to all the members, guests, correspondents, students, faculty members, head of the department for this inaugural session. See here, if you have a will, you have a way. There is a way. Nothing can be stopped. So during the pandemic period, the education activities stopped. The services stopped. The all other activities are all stopped. But there is a way. So that the will has showed me that the path, how to proceed our activities. So far, we have conducted all that our activities. This academic year already started. On 1st June 2020, we have started our academic activities. 1 to June 15th, we have completed the odd semester activities. Concentrating on the subjects. Then our value-added extra knowledge-based value-added courses, etc. So this 15 days is meant for, inaugurating our association activities, because the commerce has undergone various revolutions. We are talking about e-commerce, internet commerce, all these things. So why not the activities also be on the social media, inauguration activities? With this mindset only, we have started our all our academic activities through the various applications, Zoom or the Google Meet, etc. Your professor has pointed out that the department has been ranked by the India Today at the All India level on 73rd position. It's a kind of appreciation to the head of the department faculty member, all other students who have contributed for the success of this one. Last 2 years, this department has stands the number one in this region in the India Today ranking. So the person who made a tint of hard work, the head of the department, faculty members for making this success. Then in this moment, I extend a cordial welcome to our guest. He has agreed to give a kind of topic on the inauguration session of the department activities. I welcome you, madam. And I welcome all other students because I'm seeing that more than 100 and 200 students are all in the session, eagerly to hear that about our guest speech, our views and opinions. Even the pandemic period, the involvement, the enthusiasm of the students are all be really appreciated. I welcome the students also. I wish the function be a grand success. Thank you for the opportunities given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and wonderful speech. At this moment, I am overjoyed to take the opportunity to invite an inspiring personality. She is a standing inspiration to all faculties and students. Her valiant struggles, backed by her strong determination, brought her where she is now. She has won lots of awards and accolades to be known. She is known for her gold medal award by TNCU, Best Teacher Award by AIMS, Best Faculty Award and Paper Award for international journals and much more. It is a privilege for all of us gathered here to have such a wonderful person among us as our esteemed guest of honor. So, I would like to call upon our chief guest, Dr. M. Revathi Bala ma'am, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, Kongunadu Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, to grace the occasion with her inspiring words.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful words and introduction. Let me to share the PPT first of all. May I share?
Yes, ma'am. You may share your PPT, ma'am.
Okay. Hope so it is shared.
No, ma'am, not visible, ma'am.
Not visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Not visible. The present screen.
Madam, any problem? Shall I share your PPT?
Just a minute, ma'am.
Oh, okay, madam. Okay.
Google Drive. Chrome.
அவங்க போஸ்ட்ல இருந்து வெளில வந்துட்டாங்க.
இல்லையே.
Test on, sir. Now visible, ma'am. Ma'am. Revathi, ma'am. Revathi, ma'am. Madam.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, சொல்லுங்க ma'am.
May I proceed, ma'am?
Ma'am, screenல PPT visible ஆகலைங்க ma'am.
Okay.
Shall I share, ma'am?
Just a minute, ma'am. Again, I am entering.
No issue, ma'am. I'll share. You just present. I'll share the PPT, ma'am.
Now it is being shared presently.
No,
Now,
ma'am.
is
Yes,
it
ma'am. Yes.
visible?
Now it is okay.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Is it visible?
Okay, ma'am. Visible.
No, the screen is in 8th slide, ma'am.
Okay. 8th slide. Okay.
Okay, right, ma'am.
Honorable Secretary of the College, the most respected principals of the college, beloved head of the department and staff members, my dear student participants today, I am very happy to present the webinar on Global Business Outlook during COVID-19 in connection with the inauguration of Association of Commerce Department of this Temple of Learning, Congo Arts and Science College. I am very happy to know that you are commerce graduates. Today, both commerce and science are very much needed to address all the issues in the society. By joining hands with the scientists, the role of social scientists are also wider because science people and all, they are finding everything by doing hard exercise in the laboratories. Likewise, as a social scientist, we people are more practical. How to take those values from laboratory to field we know, for which we apply our knowledge practically. The people are more scientific, but we are having more practical orientation and make the people to internalize the invention of science. Internalize the invention of science. Okay, that is in our hand today as a marketing people, as HR people, as a finance people. We are also joining hands with the scientists to fight for the threats and the harmful effects at a global level, for which as a social scientist we are having powers basically, virtues basically, that is self-confidence. If you are self-confident, automatically you understand the power of you. You can understand your own power, for which the Vivekananda quoted, be bold, be strong, shoulder all the responsibilities in your hand. Okay, so such type of confident person you are, you people studying business. The businessman and all, he is more self-confident to face all the challenges and the risks that disturb his business path. However, he is goal-oriented. He is more result-oriented to reach his destination. We know business is like a voyage. We know the ship journey. We know the ship journey. Perils are endangering the voyage. The risks in the midst of sea are called as perils. During voyage, the ship and all endangered with such perils by some other tsunami or some fishes day or robbery, whatever thing may happen. But the ship must be sailed properly and it has to reach the destination, for which the businessman also in his business ship journey, he must be an entrepreneur. So that we say entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur is a businessman here, I refer. So in that ship, entrepreneurship, he is having strong need for achievement and faces the risk and reaches his goal with added self-confidence. My dear students, I want to save a small story at this juncture. ஒரு ஊர்ல ஒரு கோயில் கதவு ரொம்ப நாள் திறக்காம மூடியே கிடந்தது. அது எப்படி திறக்கிறதுன்னு கூட்டம் போட்டு எல்லாரும் யோசனை பண்ணுனாங்க. அதுக்கு என்னென்னவோ கொண்டு வரணும், திங்ஸ் கொண்டு வரணும், டூல்ஸ் கொண்டு வரணும்னு எல்லாம் நினைச்சாங்க. கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. ஆனா சாட்டிஸ்பாக்சன்ல இதை விட பெரிய டூல்ஸ் கொண்டு வரணும் அது திறக்கிறதுக்குன்னு பேசிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அப்போ அந்த கூட்டத்துல இருந்த உங்களை மாதிரி ஒரு சின்ன பையன், ஒரு 17-18 வயசு பையன், பார்க்கவே சாதாரணமா இருப்பா, அப்படி சிம்பிள் பாடி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர். அவர் எந்திரிச்சு அந்த கதவை நான் போய் உண்டி பார்க்கட்டுமா அப்படின்னு கேட்டோன்னு அந்த கூட்டத்துல எல்லாரும் ஓன்னு பார்த்து அவரை பார்த்து சிரிக்கிறாங்க. இருந்தாலும் அப்போ அந்த கூட்டத்துல இருந்த பெரியவர் சொல்றாரு, இல்ல அந்த பையன் போய் சும்மா முயற்சி பண்ணி பார்க்கட்டும் விடுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. அவன் போய் அந்த கதவை ஓங்கி போய் வேகத்துல ஒரு உந்துறான். என்ன ஆச்சரியம், திறந்து விடு சீசேன் சீசேன்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி அந்த கதவு தானாவே அந்த பெரிய கதவு திறந்துருச்சு. என்ன ஒரு விஷயம் அங்க நடந்திருக்குன்னா, அங்க ஒழுங்கா லாட்ஜ் கூட போடப்படல, ஒழுங்காக தாழ்பால் கூட போடப்படவில்லை என்பதுதான் உண்மை. கோவில் கதவு திறந்து விட்டது. சாமி தரிசனத்தை எல்லோரும் செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். So it shows the self-confidence of the people, self-confidence of the person. You must have comprehensive power, that is the act of quick understanding. The act of quick understanding. You must have proper observation capacity. Then you must have added thinking skills, public relations, self-awareness, and evaluation. These virtues you must have as a social scientist today. Students, you please keep it in mind, as Anthony Robbins quoted, every problem is a gift. Every problem is a gift. Without a problem, we would not grow. So let the problem to come. Students, if you take a carrot, it is very strong, we know well. If you boil it in the water and cook for some times, what it becomes? It becomes so soft. Likewise, if you take egg, it is hard enough, we know, at the outside structure and all. If you boil it, if you boil the egg for a few minutes, it becomes somewhat softy and boiled. Take a coffee bean. Now you used carrot and eggs. Finally, you please use a coffee bean. Okay, in our day-to-day life, what we are doing, I am sharing you. That's all. Coffee bean and all, when it is boiled with water, it dissolves. The coffee bean is dissolving in the water. Likewise, in the problems, or let the problems to come. You please, like a coffee bean, you accustomed to live with the problems. You can find the smoke remedy, not only smoke remedy for the problem. You can find a great solution for the problem that I want to insist in this pandemic situation, COVID-19, as our principal sir pointed out. Okay, so for which be confident. Every problem is a gift, you see, in that way. Like a coffee bean, how it is dissolving in the water. You please learn the situation and dissolve with all the problems and accustomed to live with the problems, grow with the problems, and reach your destination and show a great way to the hereditary and the fellow beings of you in the future. Okay, ma'am, hope that I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then the next slide, business today and changing paradigm. Business today is highly dynamic. It is changing always. You know, change is the order of the day. Change is the order of the day. So we must know and to accustom for the changes, and we must adopt ourselves. We must adapt ourselves. Business today, we know we are the practical people. We must understand the business climate, what the textbook don't cover. We cannot read everything in the textbook or newspaper. The values must be taken into account and it must be internalized. how the business is today. We must understand, keep it in our mind, and we must have a changing style and changing work. We know as a customer and or consumers having changing preferences, attitudes, choices. Likewise, businesses today. Business aims to transform the input into the output, for which so many transformation processes are taking place in the business. This transformation process, we know the changing process, it affects the firm as well as its activities. How it is affecting the activities of the business and activities? I say the business is in the midst of the society. For the well-being of the society, the businessman produces the products and sells to the public. But he faces a problem in two-dimensional ways. One is internally, another is externally. Inside environment with his employees, products, and everything, what are the resources and the processes that he use. With this way, he is struggling always, but it is solvable and controllable if the person is having leadership quality. What I say, challenges inside the business firm can be controlled, but apart from the internal environment, the challenges or forces are attacking the business from the outside. How the businessman can tolerate, meet the situation, beat the situation, and win in it, because external environment is very complex, dynamic, it is interactive, uncontrolled, but you cannot ignore the external environment and its threats. You must live with the problems that I noted earlier. So, in that external environment, what I want to say here, I remind you the SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, and the threats. If you are understanding your strength, the weaknesses can be converted into strength. You can have more power. At the same time, whatever be the business opportunity, you must have it, because we know make the hay while the sun shines. One door is closed, another door is open. That's all. Have that confidence. One door is fully closed. No problem. Another way out is there to go, for which we are having the conscience, pagutarivu. You are having the knowledge, which is precious, to find other means and to have a bold walk. Okay. What I want to say here, threat, always the external environment, in the threat takes place, you cannot exercise control. You must meet. The example is COVID-19. Today, all the businesses and all the human life are questioned. However, it opened another opportunities for the business that I am going to say about it today, which can't be controlled in nature. At the same time, we can be interactive and find the ways and means to understand the threat and convert the threat into opportunities at the global level. That I want to insist here. Business environment, business is in the society. Business segment is the part and parcel of the society. Whatever be the business, it is a part of the society only. We must understand it. If suppose the society is affected, business is affected. Business is affected, society is affected. So, societal environment and business environment are complementary to each other. Let the problems to come. We can face darely and find the solution for the well-being of the society as a great businessman today. Changes are taking place at the global level today, but we can react well, not at the short run. In the long run, we can ensure success in the work of our business, for which we must find so many models and adopt so many modalities, and we may have varied perceptions to understand the change and cope up with the changes. For which the perception must be related with the realities, and the perception must be your real perception. Everyone is subject to the limitations and distortions produced by social conditions. We cannot run away from the social condition, but we can face such conditions and make the conditions conducive to live and make the people to live, for which the role of businessman exists. The changes are prevailing in the business environment. It needs the social science research also. Students, you are studying the subjects. Apart from that, you must become as a strong researchers. Research is a systematic method of analyzing the concepts useful for your social life. It aims to extend, correct, and verify the knowledge. Business is always in and around the human behavior and the environment surrounded by the human beings, for which the business is done, So social science research, it gives a connectivity between the business and the human behavior. What is the gap between the human behavior and the business? If you address the gap, there lies the role of social scientists, social science researchers. We must interact with the environment, understand the situation of the business organizations, how to reduce the gap between the society and the human behavior. It is the role of social science researchers. You people are not only a businessman, you must have a research notion. Then only you can understand the problem, analyze it, and draw the valid inferences in order to reduce the gap and apply for your business to grow. The physical world, in the physical world, the business is existing, you know very well. It is always changing also. However, the changes may be either positive or negative. However, you must study those changes by applying standardized tools and measurements which are suggested by our social science researchers. The researchers are concerned with the nature changes and trends in the social phenomena, and they understand the human behavior and generalize their findings and find the solutions in the long run. Business and society, what is the connectivity between it? I told the same way as Peter Miles noted. Business and society should be setting higher horizons when considering ethical values in business. The business must be operated within the society, but whatever the surpluses earned by the business, it must be disposed for the well-being of the society, for which we are having CSR concept today, that is corporate social responsibility. The business men are shouldering much more social responsibilities on his shoulder. So his work must be an ethical work. Profit earning is an ethical exercise. Students, if suppose a business organization is incurring loss, it is not fair when. It cannot remain in the long run. Okay, so it must improve its capacity and try to earn a profit. Then only the particular business or businessman can make payment to the government, can give salary to the employees, can share the dividends or interest to the stakeholders, either in the form of supplier or the members or public attached with that institution. So profit earning is an ethical exercise, but it should be at a fair means. We should not aim for crooked gains. What the crooked gain you are getting, it is going to question your business. You keep it in mind. என்ன பாவம் செய்யறோமோ அந்த பாவம் நமக்கே வந்துடும். We are saying no, the gravitational force. ஒரு பந்த மேல தூக்கி எரிஞ்சீங்கன்னா தூக்கி வந்து நம்ம மேல விழுகுது. Likewise, if you are forcing it ethically, you can also get the positive return, positive change, ethical changes. If you are negatively disturbing the ball, it hits you, it damages you. Okay, so தர்மம் வாழ்வதனை சூது கவ்வும், ஆயினும் தர்மமே மறுபடியும் வெல்லும். The Krishna says. So likewise, You must have a ethical business. Whatever the situation comes and the challenges is disturbing you, problems are happening, but you as a businessman, you must understand the business ethics, that is business vaniga dharmam. You must keep it in mind and have a honest and ethical work. If suppose you are like that, the pollution can be controlled in the society. The nature cannot be spoiled. The nature will be uppriced by the human beings. We know we are the creatures of the God. Nature is a God. We will have a conscience to protect it. Now the nature is giving negative returns to us. So that only we are facing this type of curses and problems. But it's a right time. The God is educating us to understand the situation as a businessman. You must think globally, but it is possible. If you understand nothing wrong, you can be very strong in your work and be ethical. I say you, most of the kids before 4 years, they have negative applications. They do the things wrongly. By doing wrong, they understand which is strong and right. Likewise, we did rubbish maybe in one side, but it is a right situation to understand and be confident to apply our forces towards ethical means in the way to protect the nature, society, and all by standing as a bold businessman in the middle. That I want to remind you. This is a synergy between the business and society having a ethicality in mind, as Peter Miles noted. What is there are so many formulas or mantras for ensuring success in the business. But generally, there are two elements. One is individual, another one is environment. Business is always they are rotating the economic activities for reaping the profit. At the same time, to fulfilling the needs and wants of the society. Environment is the surrounding that we know very well. The business is operated in that surrounding only. So we must present the opportunity and the threats must be converted into an opportunity. What I noted earlier. So there is always a gap between business and the changes in the society. Change is always taking place in the society. The business is also running, but business must understand the changes. It is always happening, so that the bondage is always between the business and the changes in society. Change is inevitable. I told no, the coffee bean must learn how to boil in the water and dissolve. Likewise, the businessman must keep it in mind and accustom for the changes taking place in the society. Because the society is a combination, society or the business environment here is a combination of internal and external factors influencing the operations of the company and the situation. It includes all the stakeholders of the company in the midst of the push and pull factors in the form of supply, demand, and other regulations, legal regulations here. However, the businessman is forced by so many factors, institutions, and others but in the middle, he has to achieve his objective. He must be more goal oriented, like Arjuna. In Mahabharata, you know the story, right? While Dronacharya is teaching to all his disciples, when he taught all the things to his disciples, the Arjuna was more quick-witted at that time. அர்ஜுனா வந்து ரொம்ப கிளவரான பர்சன். அதை பார்த்து மிச்சம் உங்களுக்கு பொறாமை உண்டானது. இவனுக்கு இவ்வளவு அறிவா, ஏன் குரு அவனை மட்டும் புகழ்றாரு? They have such type of poisonous thinking in their mind. Dronacharya wanted to remove. One day, he wants to prove about himself, his power, and the strength of Arjuna also, who is more clever and clear. And in his walk, he wants to mold other people also, like Arjuna. So the notion of the guru is very good only at the time to teach and spread the values to all, including the society. So at the time, Dronacharya says the bird, the ices and all you have to hit. He gave the task to everybody. Everybody failed in that attempt. Arjuna is more goal centric. Arjuna, what is seeing there? I'm not seeing the bird. He's telling. What are you seeing? I'm not seeing any branches. I'm not seeing any tree. Nothing. What are you seeing, Arjuna? The Dronacharya asks. He says, no, the eyes of the bird only. He is pointing out. And then he hits the eyes sharply. Likewise, you must be more goal oriented. All this now not our myth or story in the form of our epics. These epics, Ramayana, Mahabharata, are teaching the culture to us. They are cultivate good values into you. It's a business mantra. You please understand. You must be goal oriented always. You know, the letter in a letter, before posting the letter, you must write the address on the envelope. Then only the letter will reach the person. ஒரு லெட்டர்ல நீங்க அட்ரஸ் எழுதினாதான் அது பர்டிகுலர் டெஸ்டினேஷனுக்கு போய் சேரும். Likewise, the businessman must be goal centric and conscious to achieve his goal, but ethically. Then only he can achieve the goal, whatever the problem, struggles and deviates his path, maybe internal or external forces. Nothing wrong. We can fill the gap with added confidence. Here, there are several components for business environment. It is operational and general in one way, and it is macro level factors in another way. The operational environment, it is immediate or internal environment. It concentrates on the development of supplier, competitor, labor markets, financial institutions, etc. But the global level changes are very different. There are economical pressures, political influence, socio-cultural changes, technological upgradations, and legal influences, among which the business must withstand the competitions and all. The businessman must beat the competition, win in the competition. We say these factors are known as pestle factors: political, economic, socio-cultural, technological, legal and ethical influences. So understand these pestle factors, whatever you understand, and read from the media or newspapers. This is the external environment in and around you in the form of the pestle factors. Ma'am, is it audible to you? No problem, I hope. Jayanti ma'am, is it audible? May I continue?
Yes, it is audible, madam. You continue.
Oh, okay. In the case of economic environment, it is influenced by more external influences. We must understand the fluctuations in the economic activities and how the business is affected individually and at the business level. We must measure the growth of economy in terms of low or high employment rates, rise or fall in income level, changes in the rates of interest and inflation, for which in the economic environment, there are so many factors are influencing the environment, like the stages in the business cycle, current and project economic growth, unemployment and labor supply, labor cost, levels of disposable income, impact of globalization, technological changes, and other changes taking place in the economic environment. Globalization may have its lights and shades, the both. However, we are in the shading part now, so that we are facing some problems. However, the light is brightening, I hope. Soon we can find a remedy. The globalization having positive effect also. But it hits sometimes the economic environment massively. But however, we can find a solution, have the confidence. This economic impact of virus in this situation, it is spread at a global level. The impact did not start and stop within China itself. We know this very well. It simultaneously it is spread and hit the economies of Japan, South Korea, and the European countries. The European central government has already cut its main interest rate to the negative levels. US Federal Reserve also started to reduce its interest rates to deal with the crisis. The US is facing panic situation. You know it very well. They are facing the battle of economic effects of the coronavirus. If policymakers choose to use them, they can find a solution, no problem. But the US must borrow and spend more to deal with COVID-19. Recently, US government's borrowing cost has fallen substantially as investors have bought up US government bonds, seeking safe assets in a time of uncertainty, because we don't know what is going to happen. However, this is a initiative taken by US government. The rampant spread of COVID-19 outbreak across borders and geographies has severely impacted almost the whole world and triggered significant outside risks to the overall global economic outlook. Due to the lockdown announced by the Indian government also, the economy may slow over the next few months. For most business, in the slowdown could be in form of supply disruptions, fall in consumption demand, and stress on the banking and financial sector. We expect a sharp rise in unemployment, more stress on supply chains, decrease in government income, collapse of tourism industry, collapse of hospitality industry. However, the International Monetary Fund projections for India highlight the fact that in the financial year 2021 and 22, 1.9% of GDP growth of India is going to be witnessed, which is going to be the highest among G20 nations. It is a projection of IMF. Okay, though the problem comes, we can face it daily, and our mother India can emerge as a powerful nation for which the positive signal has started. I want to say, I say, கடவுள் பக்தியை விட ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் தேசபக்தி. தேசபக்தி இருந்தா கடவுள் பக்தி தானா வந்துரும்னு சொல்லுவோம். We must have that spirit. All the nations are important. We must bow and give respect for the mother of all the nations. However, in which country we are, that is also precious for us. We must make it powerful, that I want to say here. With this, the research gate is open for us. What type of research we must undertake as a social scientist? You please think. We must have awareness and we must understand the perception of consumers on the changes in price levels with reference to petroleum products, household items, grocery items, electronic goods, durables, etc. If you understand these levels and all, you can understand the risk and the expectation of the people and go ahead what to do next. Income and expenditure pattern of salaried employees, how it is now, how it hits the laborers and farming households. What about the performance or role of banks and insurance corporations or the financial institutions in uplifting the economic status of its stakeholders in this pandemic period? What are the effects of demonetization on rural households and urban homes in this pandemic situation? What is the impact of GST on the financial practices of small businessmen or the general public or the medium and small scale enterprises or the larger sized business units? You can have a well focus on these dimensions. What is the impact of COVID-19 on the working performance of various sectors of the economy? Or what is the effect of pandemic and economic slowdowns in red alert zones? You can conduct a micro studies as a students having education in your PG level, or you can undertake special research. What are the opportunities to stabilize the economic slowdown? We say these are all the problems. Okay, what are all the opportunities are opening in the next way? We can see that. You know, I myself, I say, I voluntarily say what I thought. I don't even know the term webinar. Okay, we know seminar only. But when the problem comes, another gateway got opened. The reaching is very easy. We know our students are very intelligent. Technologically, they are forefront than us, than we people. We people are very strong in using the technology. Okay, so the opportunities are another side to conduct webinar. So I understand. Okay, we can't always take a headache by saying it is problem. Another way, the gate is open. You can find so many opportunities in the food sector, fresh the food in selling foods and all, fresh groceries and meat, cold storages, high quality foreign food and beverages, cooking appliances. Opportunities are more for selling those items in food side. In the entertainment aspect, gaming industry, new ways for disseminating content and promoting small businesses, online cooking classes, and virtual visits to landmark are emerging. In the case of education, sports, and well-being, now I told no virtual classrooms, online fitness classes, or the various vistas open before us. In the case of service industry, contactless systems, enhanced delivery services, remote banking services are also the possibilities. In healthcare and health technology side, pharmaceutical supplements, medical devices, personal protective equipments, telemedicine, smart hospitals, online consultations, digital media assistance, apps and mini apps, self-diagnosing medical devices are gaining momentum. At the electronic appliances side, dishwashers and washing machines, sterilization machines, cleaning robots are becoming popular. Office cost reduction opportunities are also emerging. Today, we know office rent is expensive. So, multiple and linked sectors such as office space redesign, building remote working systems, software platforms, and cloud-based services are also innovated, and slowly they are spreading. And these selling and exploring opportunities at this level or at very small level, but it is going to reach the other side of positive corners. Sales of these items are going to boom in the days to come due to the impact of this COVID-19. If you take a political and legal environment, state government, here the central government and the institution, legislations, public and private stakeholders who are operating and interacting with the political system or influenced by the political factors often. Tax policies, trade policies, foreign trade policies, etc. However, the political environment at a global level, it consists of a set of political factors and government activities in a foreign market. Regulations of India face periodic review clauses, and the reviews, whenever undertaken, are not systematic and comprehensive. The Indian system of regulations also lack provisions on regulatory impact analysis. However, there may be some loopholes, some problems in the legislations or regulations. However, the recent GST framework and the Companies Act 2013 are not overnight exercises. They were periodically reviewed, systematically discussed, and comprehensively designed legislations. So these type of legislative measures are helpful to us to understand the changes in the modern society and do necessary revisions in the legislatures. You know, today a single man can emerge as a hefty giant corporate. At the same time, he cannot be a he cannot create a monopoly for which the OPC, one man company, such type of option is given in the case of Companies Act 2019. A single man, we know on the day the sole proprietorship is always suffering from unlimited liability for paying the outside the debts of the business. Not only his business assets, his personal assets are also held liable. This is applicable for the partnership business also. Now the scenario got changed. Limited liability partnership LLP has emerged. The Companies Act is also insisting the partnership can be converted into a corporate. So from individual to partnership to other models, now they are emerging as a company, and they can emerge as a corporate later on from private to public, from public to private. The conversion procedures are also given in such legislations. If we understand such concepts and ideas and everything, the businessman can prosper and have a modern walk with the modern procedures in this modern world, whatever be the opportunity or whatever the threat, let it to hit, no problem. Factors influencing the political or the legal environment. I listed those things here. Government type and its stability. Political stability is very essential. Thank God we are having a proper political stability for the past some years in India, in most of the states and at the central level. Freedom of press, rule of law, and levels of bureaucracy and corruption, regulation, deregulation trends, changes in social and employment legislation, tax policies, consumer protection and environment oriented legislations are coming up. These factors are influencing our political economy. At the same time, they are opening the vistas for the businessmen to contribute for the society to understand many more lessons by understanding so many cases in and around him. Political impact, how it is in this during pandemic situation. Political effects of coronavirus in advanced the political factors now it is also hitting economy, we know. In this case, the political effects of coronavirus in advanced economies could be as substantial as economic effects. In advanced nations, the leaders are sharply criticized for mishandling the virus and allowing the cases to increase. It's due to the problem in the political economy taking place in the advanced nations. But political stability is taking place in the countries, but here the economic slowdown is well faced. Some countries are appreciated for smartly handling the situation at global level. The outbreak and rapid spread of coronavirus disease has rolled the markets and it disturbed the supply chains. However, when the new vistas are opened for us to conduct our research and to understand, we must always conduct a study on synergy between business growth and stability of government. And we must note and understand the policies and strategies of government also to create favorable climate. Then demographic and socio-cultural environment. It is also being hit in the case of pandemic period. It is uncontrollable. The people's statistics, age, gender, ethnicity, location, these are all the demographic variables. But we must understand these things today to undertake our business, and then only we can understand the shopping preferences of different generations. So we must understand the age level and gender of of the people in and around us. Then only we can change the shape of our business. In US and all, please view the. I want to view these statistics. There are so many generations: baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z. These type of age and all, we can have a common classification in which in that US, suppose we can take it an example at advanced nation level. Now, more people are in between 56 years to 76 years. Okay, they are called as baby boomers. So more old age people are there. In Generation X and all, it speaks about the people living between 41 to 55 years. There are 82 million people in US. Generation Y and all, young population, the working population, who are in between 26 to 40 years old, in which two classifications are here: 25 to 29 age break and 29 to 39 age break. These people are more in under Generation Y in living in USA. Generation Z, it is about the people who are living in the age of 5 to 25 years. But it's just 74 million only. Yes, you say take Generation Y again. Totally in this generation Y1 and Y2, totally 73, 31 plus 42, 73 million people. Totally 73. See this Generation Y. Totally 73 million people are coming under the Generation Y. These are very low. But in the case of Generation X, there are 82 billion. right? Baby boomers and all 76 billion. So the working population is very low. In the older population, non-working population segment were more in US, that I want to say. But in India and all, you please note this point. 1.2 billion people are the working population, out of which about 0.8 billion people are in the working age. Okay, this is the strength of our country. This is the strength of our country. We will not only powers India's economic progress, but it should be able to supply enough human capital to the developed nations. We can supply such working people to other nations. Such a type of strength we have, that I want to specify. Education and all. Today we know the importance of education, and the higher education is looking in a broader sense by taking the advantages of technology today. Social factors are also influencing our work, no problem. However, today, in the technological environment, it may throw several challenges. At the same time, we must enhance the knowledge on technology, technological change, and creative distractions. There are so many opportunities for us to do a business to increase the productivity and curtailing cost by adopting proper technology. Some factors may influence our technological application and all. However, at the initial stages in the technologies may be costly, but we can activate our research and development activities and how and internalize the impact of technology transfer soon. There are the CRM software, management information system, e-filing system, e-payments today are consolidating us and making us to think differently. The global level advanced economies are facing much problem. However, economic the advanced economies will have to come to terms with their fragility and inability to cope and manage the outbreak. Also, investors will look for viable, lucrative, and dependable avenues of investment. The GDP growth and all forecasted for India to 2.1%. It is compared to China, they are having 1% only. At US, minus 2.8% only. But 2021, the GDP growth of India is measured at 2.1% by Economist Intelligence Unit. So have this in mind. We can manage the global situation in post-COVID-19 by demonstrating our ability to deal with resultant economic situation. We can secure the farmers by allocating transport and logical support. We can find a strategy to deal with the NPAs also. We can recapitalize viable banks and strengthen the balance sheet. And we can get the support of banks to businesses and allow closures of non-viable ones. We can restructure the loans and EMI payments. These type of opportunities we are having. Consumer durables, FMCG sector, pharmaceuticals, e-commerce, IT, ITES sectors are having lot of opportunities, and we can manage the global situation. All are having remedies, not only that remedies solutions. COVID-19 outbreak has dealt a blow to the global economy, but as the situation stands, it seems like the course of economic recovery for India will be faster than several other advanced economies. It is likely that India will come out as a viable and dependable destination for investors. With this, I want to say you have a good dream. Dream is not a thing which makes you to sleep. உங்களை படுத்து தட்டி நல்லா தூங்குங்கன்னு தூங்க வச்சதுன்னா it's not a dream. The dream is a thing which does not let you sleep, as Kalam ji noted. I am addressing to the students. If suppose I fail to quote his line, I may fail my duty. I think in that way. Students, what Kalamji noted, dream is not a thing which makes you to sleep. Dream is a thing which does not let you sleep. So you please don't have a sleep. Sleep here, the noble dreams, noble desires. Noble desire never fails. So think newly, think globally, think newly, think globally. If not now, then when, my dear students? If not by you, then by whom? So join hands. We can form a team and fight against the evils. Team means together we ensure success. Together all achieve success. Together we achieve more. Together achieve each more. That is known as a team. So we can form as a team. Collectively we can fight for the risks and the harmful situation we face, and we can find a solution. With this, I thank the management and the head of the department and staff members for giving me the wonderful opportunity for conducting this webinar to the students of this Temple of Learning, Kongu College. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, sharing.
It is a word of humble.
Hello.
Ma'am, stop sharing kudunga, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am,
It is a word of humble to say thank you, ma'am, for your explanation about the problems to be faced in the life. Also, the practical knowledge of business challenges and concept in this pandemic situation. In this dynamic time, it is very useful for the students and faculties to overcome the difficulties in the ethical business by saying a live example of practical stories. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your awesome words.
Thank you, ma'am.
Students, you are requested to look into the chat box for the feedback link. It is compulsory for all students to fill in. Finally, I would like to call upon Dr. M. Jayanti Madam to deliver her vote of thanks.
Madam, hello.
Sir, சொல்லுங்க சார்.
ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஏதாவது மேடத்திட்ட இன்டராக்ட் பண்றாங்களா, ஏதாவது டவுட்ஸ் ஏதாவது கிளாரிஃபை பண்றாங்களான்னு கேளுங்க.
ஓகேங்க சார்.
A few minutes. Otherwise, you will go for your usual agenda.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Students are requested to ask queries. If any queries you are having, you can ask.
Put in chat
Students.
box. Ma'am, Revathi ma'am, நீங்க screen sharing stop பண்ணுங்க ma'am.
Students.
Okay ma'am, thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, madam. If there is no question at all, then you please go ahead with your usual agenda.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Students request to fill the feedback link which is in the chat box. So finally, I would like to call upon Dr. M. Jayanti ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks.
Happy
Jayanti
morning,
ma'am.
one and all present here. Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Ma'am, somebody is asking questions. Soumya
Ma'am.
Senthil Kumar.
Yes. Soumya, you please raise your question in chat box, ma'am.
Soumya, you are asked to put your query in the chat box. Students, we request you to put your queries in the chat box.
Yes ma'am.
Jayanti ma'am.
Ma'am, what happened in chat la edhum reply varala ma'am. Shall we proceed?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. Jayanti ma'am.
Principal sir, shall I start vote of thanks?
ஜெயந்தி மேம்.
மேம் சொல்லுங்க மேம். வரேன் ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
சார் கிட்ட கேட்டுக்குங்க மேம், சார் கிட்ட கேட்டுக்குங்க.
சார் HOD சார், HOD சார், சார்
சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
சார் am I audible சார்? சார் vote of thanks படிக்கலாமா வெயிட் பண்ணலாமா சார்?
பண்ணிக்கலாமே.
Sir, shall we proceed with vote of thanks or shall we wait for few minutes, sir?
Okay, vote of thanks வந்துருக்கு மேடம்.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Happy morning to one and all present here. On behalf of our management and our department, I consider this occasion as an honor and privilege to extend the vote of thanks. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. I wish to acknowledge a deep sense of gratitude to our honorable correspondent, Thiru K. Palnisamy avargal, who presided over this inaugural function. He is a man blended with long individual industrial experience and good academic profile. He is a constant inspiration of all the activities in our department. Next, I would like to owe my special gratitude to our respected principal, sir, Dr. N. Raman, for his unstinted stewardship, support, and commitment to make this event a resounding success. We are grateful to thank our today's chief guest, Dr. M. Revathi BALA, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, Konad Arts and Science College, Contour, who disseminate knowledge on global business outlook during COVID-19 with more practical examples. Thank you. I am sure that all the participants of this webinar were fitted with a clear picture on global business outlook at present and in future also. It's my duty to deliver my heartfelt thanks to our beloved HOD, Dr. M. Kumraguru sir, who supported us in all the way achieving and thank you. Next, I wish to thank all our department faculty members for their valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all efforts. It's my duty to thank our digital partner, Dr. A. Shankar, Physical Director, Congo Arts and Science College, for providing us uninterrupted technical support for smooth conduct of today's event. Thank you, sir. Last but not least, I wish to deliver my heartfelt thanks to our beloved students for their active participation and coordination for successful completion of this memorable inaugural event. Thank you, one and all. Once again, I wish to thank all.
Thank you. Thank you, Jayanti ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, shall we conclude the session, sir? Sir, HOD sir? PD sir?
Sir, HOD sir. HOD sir.
Ma'am, PS ma'am, students இன்னொரு தடவை request பண்ணிருங்க feedback link submit பண்ண சொல்லி. Students, I request you all to submit the feedback. Please click on the link and submit your feedback without fail. Sir, HOD sir?
Okay.
ஜெயந்தி மேம்,
Ma'am, சொல்லுங்க ma'am.
சார் இப்பதான் கூப்பிட்டாங்க மேம், வைண்ட் அப் பண்ண சொல்லிக்கிட்டாங்க. அந்த சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல என்ன இருக்குன்னு ஏதாவது பார்த்துட்டு அப்புறம் வைண்ட் அப் பண்ண சொன்னாங்க.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you.
ஓகே மேம். மேம் chat boxல எதுவும் இல்லைங்க மேம். ஜெயந்தி மேம்.
மேம் சொல்லுங்க. chat boxல எது இல்லைன்னா wind up பண்ணிக்கலாம் மேம்.
பண்ணிக்கலாம் மேம்.
Students, those who fill your feedback, you please wind up. You may leave the session. Those who completed your feedback, you may leave the session.
Students, you are requested to fill the feedback which is in the chat box. If you fill out the
Completed your feedback, you may leave.
You may leave. Jayanti ma'am. Jayanti ma'am.